Hey, it's a Monday, and what better way to start a Monday than with a bunch of chains around your neck? You're probably wondering why. But if you read the push notification, then you know. These are ghostly chains. The ghost of Jacob Marley. I'll have a different voice. We're talking about the Good Time Christmas Carol. Once again, it's taking place in Huntington this year. And we are happy once again to bring our director. That is Michael Valentine. Thanks for joining us, Michael.
You're going to need a chiropractor after.
I am. These are really heavy. This year we decided to go for reality. So we called our friends at Huntington Steel, and we said, hey, down at the old mill, do you have some chains that you can... So we did it. They came up with them. Heather, who works down there, I contacted Heather, and she said, yeah, I can do that.
The heavier the better.
And they made them. I mean, these are... Do you mind if I take them off? Glory.
I'd rather you kept them on.
Oh, they are really heavy. So this is what the ghost of Jacob Marley will be wearing. Shannon, do you want these things?
Sure.
Here you go.
See how heavy those are.
Oh, yeah, they're heavy.
Oh, careful now.
That's a workout right there. Let's talk about the show. It's going to be, first of all, it's going to be Thursday at Foundry Theater, which is in the City Hall Auditorium. Show's at 7 or 7:30.
Show starts at 7, doors open at 6:30.
So I have to be ready by 7. Okay.
You're going to have to get in makeup and get
Yeah. Yeah, I was curious. See, that's the thing. The last few years I've played the role of Scrooge, but this year you have an actual entertainer playing the role of Scrooge. Let's talk about who you brought in.
Yeah, that's right. Justin McElroy is going to be our Scrooge this year, and you've been at the rehearsals.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's making it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of course, you did a great job.
Yeah, thanks. But I'm telling you, that guy, it's like it's taking it to the next level when you get somebody who has the professional chops like Justin. For people, and there are some people out there who may not know about the McElroy brothers. Let's talk a little bit about what they do, and my brother and me, their podcast that they put on, and they do so much other stuff around here.
Yeah, I can't believe actually how much they do. My Brother and Me is a world famous podcast. They had the candle nights at the Keith Albee
last week.
Last week, well, yeah, that was last week.
Yeah,
and there were 1,500 people that came to that, and it was the Keith Albee's first opening.
It was their first show since they reopened the Keith. Yeah, which is cool in itself.
And like I was telling them downstairs, our band got to play at the beginning of the show. And it was like something I'd never experienced before in a band that nobody really cares about. For 1,500 people to be paying attention to you and laughing at the jokes you make and cheering during, not only at the end of the song, but like during the song.
It's a lot of people.
Guitar solos and things like that.
We wanted to go so bad. There was so many of us at work, but it was our company Christmas party that exact same night. But it's going to be available digital, Justin said.
Oh, yeah. I don't know when that's coming out, but it should be awesome.
Yeah, they have it all on their website. But, that guy he and his wife, Sydney, do so much more. They are so active in their community and in local theater. And obviously with his success that he has had, he doesn't really need to do that stuff. So he does it out of the goodness of his heart. Doesn't even really need to do this. And yet he does it because he wants to contribute to the community. That's really cool.
Yeah. Candle Nights helped out Harmony House a great deal.
Yeah.
He does a lot of work with the Huntington Children's Museum, which this year I said, well, like Tim is not Scrooge anymore, so you're Scrooge. So like, what do you think? What charity should we offer? We in the past have done $5 from every ticket goes to a
WSAZ
charity.
Children's Charities, yeah.
And so this year he said, what if we did the Children's Museum? So no offense, I love helping out.
It's all about the kids, and
charity.
Let's talk about his involvement with it. I mean, let's just call it what it is. There would not be a children's museum if it wasn't for the McElroy family.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah,
they're big donators, big benefactors, and the Children's Museum is a great thing for our city. It's so cool, and who would have known? An old Shoney's.
That's the thing that's probably the most surprising thing. It's in the old Shoney's, and, here we are talking about this right now, and yet that guy, and I said to Justin at the last rehearsal, I think I said something like, how do you do this? Like, you're doing My Brother, and Me. You're doing all your other comedy stuff you do.
Books,
He does books. He does all this. The
New York Times
museum.
bestsellers. Yeah.
He's a husband and a dad of young kids. His kids are all involved in all kinds of local things. His in-laws, the Smurls, they're involved in all kinds of things.
They do plays.
They do plays. They were down there. I saw Mary Smurl at the. I was there during the daytime. I couldn't go to the show, but I was able to check out a little bit of the rehearsals of Candle Nights. And Mary's down there carrying boxes around and doing the family stuff that they do. So they are really, really a part of the community. And you think about that children's museum, and they made it go.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And we do the Good Time Kids show every year.
Yeah.
With the Children's Museum.
Yeah.
And I love being able to do something for them, or I don't know, a little bit to help. We do that live show, and we bring the kids in and set them down on the stage, and we have a space adventure, and you're part of that as well. What's
my name of that
Skunky.
character? Skunky. I always say Stinky McWhistles or something.
No, Skunky is the engineer on the USS.
And Skunky was all that stuff comes from your mind. How old were you when you started thinking about, the creative thing of performance and putting shows on, and when did you start doing that stuff? Videos and films and everything.
I mean, in high school.
High school?
We
Not earlier?
No, I was not very creative, and I guess.
Don't even say that.
I was about to be like falsely humble, but I think I'm pretty creative.
Yeah, you are creative. Let's just put that on the table. You don't need to say it. I can say it.
But in high school, we made like some Mothman movies with our VHS parents' cameras and things like that. But still, it wasn't really until I guess being in a band and being on the music scene in Huntington was what kind of started this. We did in 2018. 2018, we did the music. We did a song leading up to Christmas. We did every day in December. We did a Christmas song with a different local musician, and you were there too.
I remember that. We did. You and I did that.
Yeah, we did.
Do you remember? We did
Silver Bells.
Silver Bells, because they said, what song do you want to do? I think you and Josh McComas were putting all that together. And you said, what song do you want to do? And I said, wait, you want me to sing? And you guys were like, yeah. And I said, I can't sing. And I said, but the one thing I do, I drive my kids crazy with my version of Silver Bells. And I said, it's such a whiny song, especially when you listen to like the Andy Williams version. It's just like Silver Bells, Silver Bells. It's just.
So we made probably one of the most unlistenable songs that year.
Horrible version. Yeah, I mean, you did fine.
But that was.
That's what you get by forcing me to sing a song. You don't want to. Nobody wants to hear that. There's no way. Shannon's here laughing because like Shannon's. We should put a microphone on YouTube and be like, yeah, you know it.
Yes.
You're not gonna,
But what I was gonna say is, what's kind of cool about that video is that's the day we met, actually.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, because I didn't know you before that.
Really?
Yeah, we just said we're gonna do this song, and you were probably like, why are we doing this like this?
Well, I've always admired you from afar, and a lot of people probably.
I know. Every time I'm cutting grass, I notice you're you're across the street, and you have that lounge chair, and you just sit there, and like I don't know what's in the thermos, but I just wonder why you sit across the lawn from me.
Well, some things are better left unsaid, but I think a lot of people probably think that they are your friend because they see you and you're a familiar
They probably
face.
are my friend, actually. But that's the thing about when you live in an area, and what happened to our?
You should still be good.
You sure? Shannon's my expert here. Shannon does this all the time. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Litton. Let's bring Shannon out. Yeah, but
see, I feel like I kind of know Shannon too because I see him on the news, but I don't think we've ever really spoken.
Oh, Shannon,
you've put
Michael. Shannon doesn't have a microphone.
You put a mic on me a couple weeks ago, I think, and that's when I was thinking like, oh, of course we know each other, but we don't. I just see you on the news.
Yeah, he's
do
running.
people-
If we had a microphone on, he could talk. We could always put you on camera 3 and then.
Let me make sure this is still up and going.
Oh,
That's
so
not-
maybe
that's
you're
not
thinking-
done- That's not done that to me before.
Okay, you know what I can do? I can do technology. Watch this. We'll see if we're still on.
We are on.
You know we're on?
Yeah. 'cause
Oh,
we
there
can
you
see
go.
that here,
Okay.
but we're on
Wonder what
camera
happened
4.
to our monitors though. This is a first for you, right?
Yeah.
Are
And
your
it
monitors
figures.
gone?
This is what you know what
I got a
happened?
monitor.
Well, you've got a monitor. My
you wanna
monitor's
look at it?
out. It went out. Do you know why it went out? Because I started talking about me singing again, and it
afraid.
immediately just ruined it. Like, because you don't want to hear that singing. That
There we go.
when we did that, that was I
That-
never.
The shot before this was getting a good view of your bald spot. but-
Yeah. Oh, I know. I love that. Turn it around. You know what? Happy Hanukkah to everybody, to all of our Jewish viewers. Happy Hanukkah. And I said to Charlie Roth the other day in the newsroom, and Ariana Mintz, I said, you know, Happy Hanukkah, you guys, all that kind of stuff, and you know, Mazel Tov and everything else. And they said, oh yeah, thanks. And I said, you know, I should maybe convert.
Yeah, just-
because I could wear a yarmulke and it would cover up the bald spot back there.
I wonder how many people have converted to Judaism
Just for the yarmulke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot for somebody who's vain. There would be no better. You know, and you could get a hair like one that just is all hair, and it looks like
The yarmulke made of hair?
yes, it's basically
Oh.
a wig, you know, a yarmulke wig. Yeah, I think you could do it. So.
I think, yeah, that's just a toupee.
Right. This is a first ever
it's
discussion.
not,
of
it's not
this.
called a yarmulke
It's
with
not
hair. It's
called
called
a
a
tou-
toupee.
Yeah, but I guess you could. Yeah, it's called a toupee. Yeah, we could.
Chewbacca.
I could wear that. I could just put that on there. Just if I did ever get a toupee, I'd get it just a crazy one that's like a big piece of like red or blonde hair and just like stick it back there.
I'd get like a yin yang. That would be. That'd be my wife always makes fun of me because I hate to admit this, but like in middle school, I had a yin yang necklace.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
Did
of
you?
course.
This here. Hold on.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think you can hear me now.
You can hear. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, those are iconic.
Okay.
The yin yangs. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's. I remember always wanting one when I was like a little kid. Like there was like a little necklace, but anytime I would go to get it, they wouldn't have it in the store, so I would
Yeah.
always have to.
It was only peace signs. You
Yeah.
couldn't find the yin yangs.
Yeah.
So anytime we're at a store or something, she'll be like, "Hey, Michael, wouldn't you like this?" And it's like a yin yang shirt.
Oh,
or
of
something.
course.
I'm
You'll
like,
never live it down.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Please,
People
please.
laugh, but it brings luck. I believe in that.
Yeah.
When did you meet your wife?
Actually, this is a funny story. When we were young children, we went to church together,
Oh, wow.
and we found a picture of us.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't until like 2006, right after I graduated from Marshall, we reunited. But we
Oh,
didn't
wow.
remember ever knowing each other.
Okay.
So, but it's really fun to have that picture of us as
I bet.
little children.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really neat. Does she support you in your
No.
your theater goings? No.
No, my wife is as important a part of it as I am because she has to take care of things at the house, like during the month of December.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm no help with presents, no help with children. I'm here, or I'm at City Hall, painting sets and fixing scripts and rehearsing and stuff like that.
You do know that she could be like she could have an arsenic end for you.
Yeah.
There could be.
It's
It's
kinda-
here, honey. Enjoy this cocktail at the end of your hard day, and it's loaded with
Eggnog.
it's loaded with because she might be, but she'd have to be a very people who are in performance. If they don't have somebody who's also in performance with them, they better have somebody who's really understanding.
Yeah. Well, and she's a musician too, and she
Okay,
plays.
so she gets it.
She plays in some of the bands I'm in.
Yeah.
She's very talented. She is she's a PhD. She has her doctorate in biomedical science,
Jeez, oh man,
and she even finished her degree at
got
Cambridge
the big brain
University.
on her. No way.
Yeah, her instructor here at Marshall was offered a job at Cambridge, so he was like, "Well, why don't you come and finish your PhD over?" And she was like, "Well, of course I couldn't do that." And I'm like,
Why
"We're
not?
married. We don't have kids. 6 months. You know, go over there for half a year."
Yeah.
And she was afraid I wouldn't
When
be
was
able to
this?
take care of myself, and I.
How long ago was this?
2014, 13,
Okay.
2013.
Okay. That's been a while.
Um,
Life's changed since then.
I went over and visited her in the middle of the whole thing. Are we supposed to be talking about my life story, or are we supposed to be
Yeah,
talking about
no,
the show?
we can do whatever we want. This is right, Shane?
There are really no rules
No
on
rules.
streaming TV.
No one's
No
watching
rules,
this,
just
so it doesn't
right,
really
yeah.
matter.
No, you'd be surprised. We got a good word about our numbers, especially during our weather coverage and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, people.
What I meant was no one's
people-
watching it now.
Well, right. They'll probably go back and watch, but people like this stuff. So
They really do.
that's
I mean,
that's what we've been
specifically,
told.
nobody wants to hear me talk about
Oh no, I
Talk about
disagree.
you.
I
No, they
my
do.
wife's
You'd be surprised.
education.
I disagree.
No, you'd be surprised. Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because I'm like, I really do. I'm curious. But getting back to this show, what gave you the idea for this Good Time Christmas Carol? And for people who don't know what it is, describe it. It's the Scrooge story with song.
Yeah. Well, okay. Back up to the second year we did this Christmas show. We had done the live videos like we were talking about, and I thought, could we do this? Or we didn't do live. We did the pre-recorded videos.
Yeah.
And I thought, could we do this live? Like
Yeah.
one night we bring all the people back,
Right.
all these talented people, or at least as many as I could get, and we do it live on the stage. And I just wanted it to be a Christmas concert.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what got me thinking, like, well, what if we just kind of stitched the whole thing together as if we built a living room and it's like my house and all the guests are,
Right.
oh, hey, it's Uncle Laidback and Aunt Honey. Come on in, play a song.
Yeah.
And like it's my Christmas party. So, and that was, I thought, a really fun way. And I'd never seen this before, but it was so much fun, or since.
Mhm.
Everyone does their song, and then they just go sit in the back, and they hanging out on the couch, and they're eating Fritos and
Right.
drinking pops and having a good old time, just in the back of the show. So it created such a fun environment. And so the next time we did a live one, I decided to, I wrote a more flushed out script that involved a train, and we're taking this train to Santa Claus's house in the North Pole to do the Christmas
Oh,
party.
I remember that one.
And you were the engineer of the train, Skunky.
Skunky. Yeah.
And we had all the guests back, and it was a lot of fun. And then so what was intended to be a concert is now getting more and more acting in it, I guess. And then I start to think, well, I don't know, what if we did the Christmas Carol? Could we get these musicians to be all the Ghost of Christmas Past and Present? And
So that's when you started thinking about like how to evolve the story,
yeah,
or the performance, I should say, not the story, because it took on a totally different thing with Christmas Carol.
and I thought, in the past couple of shows, I was always kind of this central figure that was kind of holding it all together, because I think I was probably the only one that
You
knew
were the
what was-
host.
I knew I was the only one that knew what was supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
So if something went wrong, I could kind of pivot and whatever needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of thinking, with the Christmas Carol, like, I could not be Scrooge. But I would also not be super comfortable with somebody being out there running the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought you would be perfect, because you're professional and you know how to, when things go wrong, what to do. And you know better than I do, things went wrong. Things went wrong all 3 years that you did it. And
I mean, that's the way it is. That's like live TV.
yeah.
I mean, it's just every day there's going to be something. It's sometimes the audience doesn't know that something went wrong, and then sometimes the audience is very aware that something has gone wrong. It's just that's the way it is when you're doing live stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, ask anybody who's been on SNL. It just like live TV or live performance on stage like that. You know, things are going to happen, and you just have to just roll with it.
Do you have examples of that that's happened on the news?
Oh, and Friday we, I mean, just
Every
it
day.
never. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Shannon?
Every day.
Like it just it's.
I mean,
Okay.
sure, like I've seen the little like graphic doesn't play or something like that, but I mean, have you ever been like a full out like
Yes, it just happened. There was a
you got to think on your feet?
were you directing Dwight on Friday? No. Okay. There was an
Ain't gonna say you was.
no. We started out the 6 o'clock news, and they said, okay, so like Inside Baseball, they tell us in our earpiece what we're doing, and so they said, hey, we're going to start off on Bam, and so that's a shot. That's like there's Bam right and
Big Bam.
Big Bam.
The BAM shop.
And so, those are monitors. Those are behind us.
You're not talking about the bookstore.
No, not Books a Million. No. So, so there's the shot, and so it's basically we know, okay, we're going to be there, but the camera was the way the camera was set up. We were like, okay, it's BAM right. It's not the big BAM. So Taylor and I turned.
I'm already confused.
To be on this one camera, and they came out. WSAZ 6 o'clock open rolls, and then they came out to us, and there's a tight shot of Taylor and my shoulder.
Okay.
And clearly, like, the audience is like, what? And then, no, I know, yeah, Dwight's still in the back. Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Hey, that could be a song. And so we're like, what? Okay, should I move out of the shot? Because do I do this and move out, or do I? So then the director, who shall remain unnamed, not Dwight, the director, AKA not Dwight, decided that, like, no, I'm gonna take over and zoom out. So whoosh, got the 2-shot. So he took over what had already been coded and took it. We're not sure exactly what. But then, like, there was something else wrong with the top. It was just everything went.
Sometimes when one thing goes wrong.
Yes,
everything.
that's oftentimes what happens. There's a snowball effect. So, on stage, usually the way to correct it is you just keep moving.
So what Tim has had to do multiple years is somebody's supposed to be out there, and he's just standing out there by himself with his with him just standing in the wind.
Yeah.
And so he has to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time I think, like, he had to get dressed for about 3 minutes.
What was going on then? I can't remember. Do you remember?
I could buy a new watch with it.
Yeah, one year my Apple Watch showed up and it fell off, like, in front of the audience. Yeah, in front of the audience, it fell off, and
they didn't make those back then.
Yeah, I know. And so then I was like, I said something about time travel. I muddled. I was like, punk, it fell on me. Oh, must have happened when I time traveled. And then put it back on. And the audience knew exactly what it was because it hit and lit up. And they're like, I have one of those. Scrooge doesn't have one of those.
I'm surprised you didn't get, like, I don't think I understand what you said.
Oh, I know.
Please repeat.
Wouldn't that have been funny if Siri would have started mouthing off?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that about you. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So
Gotta
then,
watch out what you say.
what you were waiting for was there's the street kid that comes out and he's, you boy, what day is today?
Mr. Scrooge.
Like, where's the kid?
Where was the kid?
I don't know. I still don't know.
Eating chips?
And then there's the thing.
Did the kid ever show up? I can't remember.
I think they just pushed him out with no mic on.
Oh, okay. Okay, they pushed him out.
Because they couldn't find the mic.
They couldn't find the kid.
Finally,
can't find
like,
the mic.
of course, I'm sure it was like Corey or Cody Hatton was like probably out smoking a cigarette or something with the microphone still on that we're supposed to.
Hey, kid, get out there.
And then there's like the perfect example of the very first time we ever did this.
Yes.
The show starts, and you're out there at the desk, just like
right at the beginning. Yeah,
this is the
I
very
remember that.
first
Oh, I
time
remember this well.
well, I do too, because I'm sitting there in the band, and this year we're down on the ground, and I'm just looking up there, and I'm like waiting for Perry Casto to come out, who plays Fred, the nephew.
Right, and Ryan and I are on stage together, and we have this scene where it's supposed to last for maybe just a few seconds, where we're talking and it's just muttering like, take this paper,
and
like one of those things.
I'm
where
just
we're
getting more and more mad. Like, oh my! I have spent over 100 hours working on this. And it's the very first thing is screwing up.
He's mad. That's the funny thing about this.
And I'm so mad, and I'm sitting there, and
he was mad at somebody,
and I'm like, where is Perry? And finally, I put my guitar down, and I go back to
Perry.
Where is Perry? Where is Perry? And the stage director, Adam Harris, who's the director for Mountain Stage, he goes, "You're supposed to be out there. You're the narrator. You're the first person that speaks." And I'm like,
"Oh, my bad."
Oh
Send
no!
Perry out.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Send him out. And I go sit down with my guitar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were and
Humble
we were like, how much longer can we take? And the audience, I'm sure, was thinking like, what is going on? Like, what kind of show is
Avant-garde.
You know,
like,
who-
we're just
yeah,
gonna watch them working.
Did
in the
Andrew
accounting-
Colgrove direct this? That's what people are probably thinking. Like, yeah, it was all for reaction. But
We're
but
gonna
then,
watch it. They probably thought they were gonna watch an entire 8-hour workday of Scrooge and Bob Crane.
Welcome to reality theater. Yeah,
Oh my
it was.
God.
That was a problem.
Yeah. So it's gotten better,
Yeah.
ever so slightly better each
Right.
year. So this year, I don't think we're gonna have a problem at all. No
Yeah.
problems.
Right. Yeah. So then so you have this idea that now has kind of taken on a life of its own. Talk about audience reaction. People, what do you hear from people about your show? Do people in the community say, "Oh, I just love that Christmas show that you guys do"? Is that why you keep doing it, or is it because you just do it? I don't know.
I've had virtually no feedback.
Okay. We have
I don't know if people
zero
like it or
audience
not.
members.
I don't know if people like it or not. Like, of course, like that first year, several things went wrong, like that story we just told. And I can always rely on Megan, my
Yeah.
wife. And I just, like I was mortified because I thought you would never speak to me again.
That's what he was thinking.
I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
you thought, God, I've spent so much time learning all this, and it was a total waste of my time.
Yeah.
And
He was even saying, like, the next day,
I couldn't speak.
he was
to
like,
you.
I can't.
was too
He
embarrassed.
texted me
I
again
sent
and
a
said,
text that was this
I am
long.
so sorry for what happened. I know that you'll never want to be involved. And you remember my reaction? I was like, what? I'm like, it was a hiccup in a live performance. And again, this is probably because every day in TV, we're stumbling around on something, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, the audience doesn't even notice because we just move past it so
Yes.
fast.
Well,
you know?
and
Yeah.
I like I said, I can always depend on Megan. People are always, oh, it was great, it was great. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you say. So I got to get home and I got to ask Megan what it was really like. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I mean this and that. And she was like, nobody cares. It was
Right.
so much fun. Everyone was screaming, laughing, having
Yeah.
a great
Right.
time. Everyone loved it.
That's the other thing too. You think it's worse than it actually is because in
Absolutely.
that moment you're like, man, I just screwed up.
Right.
Like people are going to remember this, for the
Oh.
for the rest of the day, or this is going to make the show, the
It
performance,
feels
whatever.
horrible.
But really, once you watch it back, I always think like, oh, that actually wasn't even as bad as I thought it was at the time.
Right.
You just move on. It doesn't even
just
look like
move
it.
on.
Yeah.
And for someone that's so ingrained in it and knows every moment of what's supposed to be happening,
Yes.
apparently, except for that time I was supposed to be out there too.
When you forgot.
It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, this didn't happen the way I have been planning for it to happen for 3 years. But
Yeah.
another thing that, this is not a play, real. It really is a concert
Mm-hmm.
with some lines. We don't rehearse it like a play. We don't have these rehearsals. We have one rehearsal the evening before, where everyone comes together and we run through the show one time.
Yeah.
And to try to work the iron the kinks out.
Yeah, that'll be Wednesday's dress rehearsal.
Wednesday we'll have the dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
Thursday we'll have the live show, and hopefully it'll go smoother than the dress rehearsal. It always somehow comes together, turns out great.
Yeah.
Everyone has a good time.
Yeah. That's the name.
I did one time. I think it was not last year's show, but the show before. I went to Tudor's the next day, and then I'm in line, and this old man comes up and he's like, "Are you that guy that did the Christmas Carol last night?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That was the best thing I'd ever seen. I've never been to anything."
Really? You got some really good feedback.
I was recognized by a stranger.
That's excellent.
Kind of famous.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Yeah.
Pe-
Plus,
people stop you at the store and stuff, I'm sure, don't they?
about Christmas Carol.
No, about
Just in general,
about
Tim.
being the most
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
popular, but being about like the most popular person in Huntington,
Nah.
and
I mean, not all the time. A lot of times people will, they'll, hey, how you doing? Like, and usually everybody's, I've never had anybody not be friendly. Everybody's like,
hey, you suck.
yeah, you're not going to hear that because the person who feels that way, I know they're out there. I mean, let's face it. We all, when you watch TV or watch a movie or watch there's somebody who I just don't like. There's something about, like, and maybe this is a very popular person. Ryan Seacrest does everything in the world. And you know that there are people who go, I just can't stand Ryan Seacrest. It's like everybody likes Ryan Seacrest, right?
But they say it behind the safety of a
Yes,
keyboard.
they just say it. They say it either behind the keyboard or just to their friends. They're like, I just don't. And then their friends go, what are you talking about? Like Ryan Seacrest, he's the greatest. Everybody loves him. But there's something about him. So we all know that like we're working in this business. There are people we walk by on the streets in Huntington and Charleston or wherever every day who see you and could be like, oh, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand his eyes. I can't stand the way he talks. I can't stand her the way she does. It's what happens. So people, they're not going to say anything though.
Great. So
Nobody's going to walk up.
Now that you say that, I'm going to be imagining everyone on the street is looking at me.
Like,
and,
there's
"No,
Michael
I can't stand
Valentine. That show.
Hate him.
Valentine.
Why didn't he come out at the beginning and do his narration like
Yeah.
he was supposed to?
We wanted to throw fruit at him. Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be a good time, though. It'll be Thursday. Let's give everybody the roundup on it again. Tell us.
I would
Thursday.
love it if you guys would come and see this wonderful show with so many talented people in it. It's this Thursday. It's December 18th. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Actually, at 6:30, the Carpenter Ants are going to start playing some music for
good.
people to come into.
So
They
that's nice.
play
That's a good
Christmas
touch.
music.
Is
Yeah.
that the first time you've done that this year?
No, they do it every year.
They do it every
Where
year.
you been?
Backstage somewhere.
Yeah.
Running around.
Yeah, running around like a
Finishing
Last minute rehearsal.
lines on
running
Yeah,
around like
last
a
minute line
Scrooge
rehearsal.
with his head cut off. Yeah.
Um, Oh, you've probably been in the makeup chair.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right up until the last minute. I'm going to have to do that again. So hopefully you have the brilliant Emily Conzit back to do.
Lighting,
again.
costuming,
Yeah.
and makeup. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Emily helps me a great deal. We get costumes from Marshall Theater Department.
Yes.
And she helps behind the scenes.
And
talk-
this year, Chains from Huntington Steel.
Chains from Huntington Steel.
Thank you. Shout out. Yeah.
So yeah, it's at Foundry Theater, right on top of City Hall,
Yep.
second floor of City Hall.
How do people get tickets?
Go to foundrytheater.org, grab those tickets up, or you can get them on the night of the show.
And the $5 goes to.
$5 goes to the Huntington Children's Museum.
That's spectacular. That's wonderful you do that. So appreciate you being here. And Shannon, thank you for your help technically. And then we were like, hey, Shannon,
Yeah. You mic'd me
get
up
the
out of nowhere.
microphone
I
on.
didn't-
Yeah.
I did not expect to do this feature appearance.
I
but
know
this
you
was
didn't,
fun.
so thank
This was
you.
fun.
Thank you.
It's a lot
Much
of fun.
Yeah,
appreciated.
let's do it
Shannon
more.
and the popcorn machine.
And,
Ladies
and,
and gentlemen.
the chains.
We should have somebody else on here
And the
sometime.
chains, yeah. Good luck with those.
And the chains.
I'm gonna
They
keep-
are very heavy.
They are heavy. Yeah, yeah. That's
Real
why
chain.
real shout out Huntington
Yeah.
Steel. They do make chains. So
And other things.
The anguish that you will feel from the weight
Yes.
of those chains, I
Right.
think, will feed into your performance.
there's a line like the chains you see before me I forged in life. So maybe I should change it to the chains you see before me were forged by Huntington Steel. Only the finest quality steel. That's Huntington Steel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have to donate a little more money for that.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah, that'd be like
A couple
that's-
chains they
takes
found in the
product
back.
placement to a new level. So, but thanks, guys. Thanks for being with me. It was a good time, and thanks to the audience for watching. We really appreciate it. And
Yes, we appreciate you, madam.
yeah, and yeah, at least one. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim.
Join us today, coming up at 4 o'clock. You're gonna get there's Shannon at it again. There's my name. Join us today live at 4 o'clock. Well, we have, oh my gosh, midday starting in 1 minute. Turn on WSAZ TV right now. There's product right there. But I can endorse that product because, see, that's me. So tune on WSAZ. Rob Johnson and Martina are down in the studio right now getting ready for midday starting in a minute. So tune in. Thanks for joining us here. And continue your WSAZ day right now with midday.